Hello everyone, welcome to Coffee Conversations at Acuvate. In our first episode, the one with our AI expert, we'll be having some great conversations and sharing some very interesting insights on AI. And today, we have someone very special with us. He brings with him 17 plus years of strong expertise in AI and automation and has consulted several marquee customers around the globe on various digital initiatives. A visionary, a go-to advisor, and a very good friend. It brings me immense pleasure to welcome Abhishek Shanbhag, our VP, AI for Business, on our show today. Hello and welcome to the show, Abhishek. I'm so excited to having this coffee conversation with you.
Thank you, Swetha. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. I'm going to start by asking a few questions so that we get to know Abhishek more.
Of course.
Yeah? Cool. What are the three words that would describe Abhishek?
Well, I would say technology because I'm in the field of technology. Creativity. I think I'm a very creative person. I bring that to my job. And finally, problem solver. I love solving challenges and problems, be it from our customers or any other sphere in life.
Cool. What do you prefer, morning meetings or night meetings?
Well, I serve customers across the globe. So we have customers right from Southeast Asia to Europe, the UK, Middle East, and all across the US. So, I have to be available for meetings at any time. As long as I have a coffee with me, I can take a meeting at any time.
Super. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say AI?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is the 3 laws of robotics. It was created by Isaac Asimov, who is known as the father of modern science fiction. And I've grown up watching a lot of science fiction movies as well as reading a lot of his books. If you look at AI in terms of what is happening today, we hear about Iron Man and his AI Jarvis. Essentially, what I feel is that AI as a technology is here to help us. If I think about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, every human being wants to reach the level of self-actualization, and AI helps us to free up our time, and which helps us to focus more on what we love to do. And hence I feel that AI is here to help us reach our fullest potential.
Wow, awesome.
Thank you.
All right, what's an experience you thought was going to be awful but turned out to be amazing?
Let me tell you a small anecdote. This happened about 9 years back. One of my customers, we were doing a lot of work for them, building a lot of different enterprise applications. And they threw a challenge at us. They wanted to build a chatbot. At that point in time, my team and I, we spent a lot of sleepless nights. We struggled a lot to build a chatbot for them, as it was the first foray that we had into the space of AI, natural language processing, and chatbots. When we went and made a presentation, we were not up to the mark. But then that taught us a lot of things. And I told this customer of mine, is a good friend, that we will be continuing down on this path. And that led to the creation of Acuvate's Enterprise Chatbot Accelerator BotCore. And since then, we have been seeing a lot of success with BotCore, especially a lot of awards that we have won. So many different customers who use BotCore today. Great relationship with our partners. And I would say that was something which started off on a negative note, but then ended up in a good way for us.
Wow. Is this how you got into AI?
Yeah, this personally for me, this was the first foray that I had into the space of artificial intelligence. Very happy that it started off with natural language processing, chatbots. I learned so much. And now, I'm just using all of those skills and what I've acquired over the last several years to provide better solutions to our customers.
So now that it's been more than a decade, how have you seen AI evolve over these years?
Yes, I have seen a lot change in the space of AI. Back in the day, almost 10 years back, the way we used to look at AI has changed so much. The way we used to do automation back then, or build machine learning models, or even chatbots with the help of natural language, understanding, language generation, translation, which then led to image analysis, OCR, video indexing, etc. So many different applications have changed. Essentially, we have moved from the early days of looking at AI just as a means of building a smarter application. something which completely revolutionizes the way an organization can look at not just apps, but also data and get information from it.
So, what's your most recent obsession?
Well, my most recent obsession in the space of AI happens to be generative AI. I've been playing around a lot with it. My team and I have been fortunate that we have gotten into multiple customer engagements, many different problems, and we are now solving them with the help of generative AI.
Cool. So, if you had to break down generative AI for a 10-year-old, how would you do that?
Well, great question. I would probably say that just like how you build, you can build so many different things with the help of Lego blocks, right? You can make a house, you can make a car, you can make a robot. So think of generative AI as a huge set of Lego blocks. But the only thing is, instead of making these things yourself, you are actually telling a computer to build these for you.
Wow, you made it sound really simple. Would you also tell me what's the difference between generative AI and ChatGPT?
Sure. So generative AI is the latest achievement in the space of AI. Of course, research has been going on from a very long time, but essentially AI that helps to generate, things. It could be text, it could be images, video, audio. So all of that collectively is known as generative AI. ChatGPT is a type of generative AI which specializes in generating text based on the human interaction. So you can ask ChatGPT to write an email for you, or compose a poem for you, or even write code.
Good. Now I would like to know what's your favorite use case of generative AI so far?
Wow. Generative AI has a lot of different use cases. There are so many different problems that we are solving for our customers today, be it creating chatbots or building better knowledge management systems for them, better search experiences for their users, not just helping the office workers, but also helping frontline workers by creating better ways by which they can search for troubleshooting guides or getting answers to, whenever they're stuck, let's say, someone on the factory floor, etc. So there are many different uses of generative AI, many different applications, but the coolest that I find is how an organization can make sense of their data with the help of generative AI. Essentially, using generative AI by taking all of the enterprise data that you have. It could be documents, it could be information from ERP, information about supply chain, information about customers, employees, etc. And then using generative AI to come up with answers to your questions. These could be descriptive, which could be simple questions, or it could be more advanced, like, for example, asking questions which could be prescriptive in nature or predictive in nature. That, I think, is the holy grail when it comes to generative AI.
What would you like to accomplish in the coming year?
Well, there's a lot that I would like to accomplish in the coming year, but the main focus is going to be especially in the space of generative AI and how we can use it to help our customers and solve their problems. We have already embarked on a journey to create a framework for generative AI here at Acuvate. We are calling it the Org Brain. It's essentially a framework which can ease the usage of generative AI within enterprises. And I would like to continue down that journey and see how best we can make use of this new technology, very powerful, in our hands, and better solve our customers' pain points and add more value.
Wow, interesting. Could you reveal one coolest thing about OrgBrain to us?
Yes. So a lot of organizations are experimenting with generative AI, OpenAI models, GPT, etc. And that's great. Every organization should foster innovation. Experimenting with new technology before it can be implemented within the enterprise is a great way to take those baby steps before you move it on to something much bigger. But there are a lot of questions that our customers have, be it with respect to how secure is this, and how do I improve the security, role-based access, how do I reduce or remove hallucination, how do I bring in governance, feedback. A lot of these questions we have been able to answer with the help of our Org Brain. So the coolest thing about Org Brain is that it removes the guesswork out of rolling out generative AI within the enterprise. It helps to make it more streamlined. And when you have something streamlined, going forward, it'll be easier to maintain, easier to roll out and adopt within the enterprise. And one of the things that I also wanted to say is, I'll be doing a webinar soon on generative AI and on how our brain works and what are some of the enterprise use cases that we are delivering with the help of it. And I would love for you and everyone to join the webinar soon.
I so look forward to that webinar. Thank you so much for your time today, Abhishek. I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation and I look forward to many more.
Thank you so much, Swetha. It was a pleasure being here with you, and I loved the coffee.
Thank you everyone for joining us, and stay tuned for the next episodes.